안녕하세요. Hallyu Reviews입니다.
Hey y'all, I'm Shamra and I'm here with my girl Sabrina, and we are Hallyu Reviews, two Americans who are swept up in their Korean wave as it reaches across the globe. We have a love of all Korean music, and we're reacting to NMIXX and their release Crescendo.
Yes, very excited to take a listen to this. It obviously comes as a viewer recommendation. When I looked it up, it says that Crescendo is a captivating alternative pop and art pop track, which I've never heard art pop before. So
You say that and I think of T.O.P.
Fair, for sure. So I don't know if maybe he's made that a thing now, or
ooh, I could see that.
Or maybe it's like, who were we watching earlier? And it was like it was Taeyong, like a cinematic pop or something.
Okay.
Are they the same? Or I don't know. Anyway, it serves as the pre-release single for their 5th EP, Heavy Serenade.
Ooh.
The song explores the overpowering, ever-growing nature of romantic feelings, metaphorically likening love to a musical crescendo. So, okay.
Cute. Okay, so you said their album is called
Heavy Serenade.
Heavy Serenade.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's going to have like musical terms like crescendo and other like musical.
Or if
like
each of the titles are, like you're saying, like tied to a musical theme. Like, ooh. So if you're not familiar with the crescendo, if you don't play music, if you don't sing or whatever, a crescendo starts softly and gets louder and louder. It builds. They add more instruments, or the instruments that are playing are getting louder. The voices are increasing. And so that would make sense because love kind of starts usually as like a little tiny thing and then blossoms in theory, if you're lucky, into something much larger and all-consuming, I would imagine. So I like that idea. I usually feel like in a band setting, like when you get to crescendo, it's like everybody's playing. So
right, and you've got like the big feeling. Like drums going.
Mm-hmm. And, timpani or something. Yeah, it's usually really amazing. So
it's powerful. It's that kind of moment where you stop and you listen because you're so like invested.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Absolutely. So I'll be interested to see how this song.
That's true.
I'll be interested to see if it's going to actually reflect that, or if it's only lyrically. So, like, are we going to hear it in the music? Are we going to see it in the MV, or is it just in the lyrics? I think it'd be a miss if it wasn't included in the MV.
I agree.
So we'll see.
I think so.
All right, here we go.
That sounds kind of creepy, actually.
It is kind of, even visually, lending itself to a little bit of,
Oh.
Is that a flower in her mouth? Is she like a fairy?
She looks like a fairy. That's pretty.
Oh, I like that break. I like that imagery, that idea. They're like glowing. It's like an inner light.
Ooh, that change.
Right, these harmonies.
You do hear it building.
Sometimes it does end like that. Love that wandered on its own. We've seen a lot of videos tonight specifically addressing this particular like love theme. And it makes me really question what this generation thinks about love. Like, that didn't seem romantic or fairy tale like at all to me. But I'm older than the girls in NMIXX. I think that they write a lot of their own music, or at least have an input into it. I'm very new to NMIXX, but like, I know they're known for their vocals, and I could hear it in the harmonies. That was clear. But like, that didn't, like, I really thought this was going to be like an epic sort of moving type song where we were going to hear like instrumentals. Like, we did hear it crescendoing, but nothing that I would say warranted it being called really, crescendo or anything. Like, really if they were going to be using the metaphorical idea of a crescendo. It was a good song. I'm not saying that it's not a good song, but like, the video was really interesting to me. I loved the musically when it would stop each time, because like a crescendo, it does build and then it stops. And so like, I thought that was interesting that we'd have like moments of silence and then it would go back into the music. So we always talk about like, you build to something in a crescendo and it's like really loud, or like you build and then you drop it out. So I like that idea of it building and then dropping out and then building and then dropping out. From the very beginning, it seemed like it had this like undertone of like, it makes me think that there's a lot of hurt involved in love. And like, well, yeah, that might be the reality, but I don't think you're supposed to think about that when you're getting into love. Like, I think you're supposed to think it's going to be great, and know that, no, it may not be, but you're supposed to go into it with the attitude of like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. Or else it's just like a hey, we're just a one night stand kind of thing. And that's valid too, but that's a different outlook when you're going into it, I feel like.
They seemed to be protecting each other in a way, like in a push and pull kind of situation.
And were they representing people in a relationship, or were they simply like, because some of them seemed to have wings and some didn't. Some seemed to be falling. Some had wings that didn't seem very effective wings, because they were really interesting and like full of like holes and stuff. But like, so we're, out of the members, were half of them protectors and half of them not? Like, because then there was the moment when two were together and then the one pushed her back and like, but then there was one that was like, it seemed like she was trying to dig the other one out. Like, I was really kind of confused by the concept. And I don't know if it's just, it was so, maybe this is where the art pop, like it was so artsy that I wasn't expecting it to be like this artsy. Like, and it was fine. The immediate question I had was, what does this generation in Korea think about love? Like, did that seem really sort of romantic, or is the point that like it can be out of control or whatever? I love the line about lost my metronome, because if you think about like your life marching along,
to like keep that, it keeps the time. Like right. Music is based off the metronome and the scale that you're using to just keep the beat and the time and
right. So I mean, I would like to think that they're talking about their internal
and
metronome.
It's almost like the guide. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like that idea of it being like, we each have our own metronome. And I can see how love can throw that off, because then you start walking along with someone else and you have to both be in sync together. So it's like two metronomes become one, kind of that idea. And then so like if you break up, like you might feel as if you lose your metronome because you were doing it like together, and now you've got to kind of refine that beat. So I really loved that like metaphor, that idea,
that visual.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. So I liked a lot of things about this. I really did. It was very impactful, the video, I feel like.
I feel like the video was very impactful. There were transitions and things within the music video, like the imagery within the music video, that I wasn't sure conveyed what we read about the song necessarily.
Yeah.
And so that might not have been accurate either, but I felt like at one point, at the end, they were all kind of together in the meadow and they looked at peace. And so this kind of leads me to your question in terms of, what do they feel about love and just a relationship in general? Do they feel like it's more binding and more like you lose your sense of control when you're in a relationship and you're finding someone? And so that's why in the end, sometimes it is more peaceful to just kind of be alone. I have a cousin who is probably 35, unmarried, and is traveling the world. She loves it. She's got so much peace and happiness within her life that I don't think she thinks about being married or settling down. And is this kind of what the generation is moving into?
Well, I mean, I know as I'm getting older, like I value my peace more and more. I mean, I feel like, I have a 13-year-old daughter and she's always telling me about like all the drama, and that is an age of drama. It really is. So maybe, I don't know. I just have come to really value my peace more and more, and things that like disturb that peace or take away from it or whatever. It can't be all roses and sunshine all the time. I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not blinded by like, oh, it's going to be just perfect. But like, if things are constantly just disrupting your peace and they're not sitting well with you, they don't feel healthy. I mean, to me, that's toxic. Like you can't be, I don't think, happy that way long term if you're always feeling your peace disrupted. So, I mean, it's not a bad idea to pursue peace.
It's not. And I'm kind of wondering, like you said, in your 40s or late 30s and things, that we learned later on that we value peace. Is it something this generation is learning so much earlier?
Perhaps.
Which...
Yeah. I mean, that's great, because I feel like there's less tolerance for things that abuse you, that abuse that peace or don't prioritize, don't value if you're not feeling seen, heard, whatever.
Well, and that's what I felt like when she took the thing off her mouth.
It's like
she could finally breathe and she could finally speak.
Like
she was given a voice.
Yeah, I definitely felt that. Like, this was definitely much deeper than I thought it was going to be. So I probably should have had an idea with the art pop. I probably should have stopped and looked that up, but I just never heard the term before. So I was thinking it was going to be more like visually a lot of artwork kind of included, like definitely like TOP, or like scenes that kind of reenacted maybe like famous art or something like that. That's kind of what I was going with when I read that. So it's very interesting. I mean, it
was interesting.
I was really impressed with their vocals. I mean, I think we've only done like one or two NMIXX in the past, and the vocals always stood out.
And when they all came together and you had that like crescendo towards the middle, it was beautiful. Like the harmonies were beautiful.
Wow. So this was a lot to take in, but it was definitely, I would recommend watching it at least twice though. Like I feel like I'm gonna have to go back now and really get an idea for what they were trying to see. Maybe not with what we read in my head and just kind of blankly watch it and see.
But is this kind of the theme for NMIXX, or was this kind of
that's a good
not
question.
Their norm? So if this wasn't the kind of the general like vibe of NMIXX, what do you think made it different? How was it different? And what do you recommend us take a look at that shows us more of kind of what you think NMIXX represents musically?
Absolutely. And if you're fans of NMIXX and you would like us to react to more NMIXX on our channel, make sure you like and subscribe down below. And like Shammer said, give us some direction. What should we take a look at next? We really haven't done a lot from them, so we're new to all this. Let us know.
NMIXX is still 4th generation, right?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. If I had to guess, I would say yes, but this is just me guessing.
I was going to say we're also in like 5th generation. And so I know we haven't mentioned a lot of 5th generation artists like Cortis or Longshot or Kickflip also. But we've got all new generations of music. And so if you want us to take a look at something from a newer generation, let us know. Maybe the style is kind of in sync with what we're seeing in general. If you like drama, make sure you check out Hallyu Reviews, where I tell you which dramas to watch, must watch, or completely skip. Until next time, y'all. Annyeong.